Today is a glorious day. The content is truly amazing. Thank you, God, for this content. We have some Elon Musk versus Donald Trump drama, and I am literally all over it. I'm all over it. Do I think it's a net negative for the country that this is happening? Yes. Do I think it can be turned around and become a positive in the long run? Also, yes. Do I think it's entertaining as shit? Absolutely. All right. Listen, I'm just going to be real. I like the chaos. We're going to talk about it. I have a lot of opinions. I do think that in the long run, this will be a positive thing for the United States of America. But hey, I happen to be an optimist. In the present, it's definitely kind of shitty for the country. But you know what? You know what? It's going to be crazy. So lock in, boys and girls. We got so much to look at. Reasons why this has happened. The future, the reaction, and that Elon Musk called Donald Trump a pedophile. It's still kind of one of the wildest developments of my career, but I have a lot of opinions. There are so many little details and dramas and retards that we need to talk about. So definitely subscribe because we will be covering all the retards. We'll see what happens. So anywho, let's start with the 2-minute Asmongold reaction to all that shit.
No one predicted this would have happened. No one could have predicted that Elon Musk and Trump would eventually have a falling out and a crash out on each other. I'm gonna be
except for me. I predicted it.
Real? I'm surprised it lasted this long.
He's right. I predicted it literally immediately. You gotta realize, Trump and Elon were both anti-establishment. They joined forces as an anti-establishment force. They don't align on many things, and that's okay, because in my opinion, it is a good thing when people don't align with things. It's a good thing when people don't agree. That's why freedom of speech and open discussion is so important. That is why it's a democracy, not a dictatorship. That is why MAGA is not a cult. MAGA is a group of people with varying ideas and varying opinions that came together to fight against an insidious, destructive force that is the far left chokehold of the country. So, in my opinion, it's inevitable that this shit was gonna literally crash out. They're two people with huge egos that went up against each other, that have very different opinions on many things, that are both anti-establishment, but now that they are the establishment, it is inevitable. Now, Elon has the tendency to crash out in public. This is not the first time he had a public meltdown calling somebody a pedophile. So, I have so much shit that I prepared for you guys. Get ready. You are going to eat big. It might be a net negative for society right now. But guys, I'm telling you, trust the optimism in my heart. All right? This is going to end up hilarious as fuck. And it's going to be a net positive, you'll see.
Elon endorsed me very strongly. He actually went up and campaigned for me. Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here. And he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate because that's billions and billions of dollars. He said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next.
He was right. He was right! I'm sure that'll be next. And then Elon Musk, he's a pedophile. Oh, God! All right, I'm telling you, we got to get the context a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
And then Elon said, without me, Trump would have lost the election, the Democrats would control the House, and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude. Now, I think that, like, really doing the you owe me thing, I think this is, like, I've never seen a time where telling somebody that you owe them something because they helped you, I don't think that that's ever been a beneficial thing where it's going to put that person against you, it's going to alienate them and make them mad.
Obviously.
So this is the...
I mean, the thing is, Donald Trump is trying to push in the Senate the big, beautiful bill. The big, beautiful bill is a massive, massive piece of legislation. In my opinion, 99% of the beautiful bill is positive, and 1% of the beautiful bill is negative. Now, by the fact that it's all kind of dumped together there, a lot of people are upset that certain things are being pushed.
Trump just made this post. Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do. Yeah, I thought, by the way, this was public information. I thought he said it, and I'm pretty sure even he said it with Elon in the room.
And he just went crazy.
Elon tweeted. Is there another one? Let me see. Time to drop the really big ball. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald Trump. Oh,
Lord, that is the nuke. He dropped the N-bomb. The N-bomb, hard, nuclear. Drop that shit. Yeah, I'm going to be covering this in more detail. I just wanted to give you the holistic overview first.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Yeah. And, yeah, what an interesting day, guys. And take a look at Tesla stock. Tesla stock is going down, massively.
Look at that, dude!
That big surprise. Wow. Jesus. Holy shit.
Look at that collapse, bro. Oh my God.
This is all today? So it's gone down $40 in one day. I am so glad that Elon made this tweet because I love accelerationism. And him saying that Trump is in the Epstein files will move us one step closer to
actually opening them
releasing the Epstein files to either contextualize that or respond to him. I'm a big fan of this. I think this is great. Read.
Oh, look at that. That's so wholesome. Look, guys, look. Elon refollowed Asmongold after their little spat.
Contextualize that or respond to him. I'm a big fan.
Look at that. He followed Asmongold back. Hey, I'm telling you, man, this is a classic Elon maneuver. Elon was pissed. Elon was upset. He crashed out. He said shit publicly. I can almost guarantee you, he will make friends with Trump again. You will see within a week. All right, maybe not a week. Maybe a month. Maybe even longer. They will be bros. You'll see. You will see. I am calling it now. No one else is making this prediction. It will happen. This is a Elon maneuver. He felt betrayed. He felt shitty about it. And he crashed out.
Of this. I think this is great. Read Kanye's tweet. Bros, please no. We love you both so much.
Finally, Kanye, the voice of reason.
Oh God, what is this? How is this real?
Yeah, so I wanted to show you this as a holistic overview. And I wanted to go through the actual timeline of events and give you my in-depth analysis and retard detection skills. It's going to be great. Dude, look at this. Politics trending. Trump 100%. They definitely ripped that off one of my video titles. So now, to quote Asmongold.
Well, let's just say that Nux Taku would probably be making a video about them.
And he is completely correct. So let's do it, bro. Let's actually lock in, boys and girl. So here's the timeline. It all started with Elon Musk saying, as my scheduled time as a special government employee comes to an end, because he was only supposed to work for 130 days for the government, I would like to thank President real Donald Trump for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending. The Doge mission will only strengthen over time as it becomes a way of life throughout the government. Very wholesome. Very wholesome. Bro left the government. He was working as Doge employee. He left. He hopes that it will continue to cut the wasteful spending. Colossal W. He had a wonderful time. Now, I am going to tell you something because I'm telling you, we're overanalyzing this shit. I am the political analyst that the world desperately needed because I'll say the retarded shit that no one else has the balls to say. I'm just going to say this right here, right now. Elon Musk thought that the government should be handled exactly like a company, and I agree with him, and he expected to pop in, cut shit, fire people, say, hey, what do you do for a living? I don't know. You're fired! And it turns out, no. There's a lot more bureaucracy in the government than a regular company, which made things a lot more complicated. So I think he expected to get more done quicker, but I do think it is a massive, colossal W. Now, the major reason why I'm bringing this up is because you have to realize what the media did to Elon Musk throughout his mission in Doge. The media fucked this man raw, no rubber, turned him sideways, and absolutely obliterated that man. They called him a constitutional crisis. They called him the shadow president. They started silently endorsing firebombing Tesla agencies, destroying Tesla vehicles, vandalizing shit, basically calls to domestic terrorism, and they ruined his life to a large degree. Now, the reason why I wanted to say all of these things is because you have to realize that the media manipulated as much as they possibly can to make you think that Elon is secretly controlling the country, Elon is secretly in charge of everything, Elon is a giant threat to democracy. And as we know now, all of that is completely false. And they knew it was false, but they pushed that shit anyway because they didn't care about pushing false narratives. They just wanted to drive a wedge into the enemy. The media is the enemy. All right? I want to make this clear. I like Elon Musk and I like Donald Trump. I like them both as individuals, as peoples, as part of the country. I have to say, I think Elon joined Donald Trump as a net positive for the overarching government. He absolutely joined, I think, to make America better, and I think they have different views on what makes America good. Now, with that all said and done, they have different views, and Elon crashed out. I think here, Trump didn't handle this well, but I do think Elon was more in the wrong. So, anywho, we gotta get into this shit, because it's gonna be crazy. Then, Elon says, I'm sorry, I can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it. So this was right after he leaves. All right, he gets out. He is gone from public office, and bro drops the bill is bad. I teamed up with Trump, and I feel backstabbed and betrayed that Trump is doing something that I disagree with. I think personally, he has every single right to state his opinion. Freedom of speech, he should say that shit. He should say that he doesn't think that the bill is a good idea. However, Elon, just because Trump is your friend, and just because you helped with certain areas of the government, you do not get say on what actually happens in the government. Donald Trump is the president. He is the person that people voted for, and you are not. And I think that is very important to recognize, and he feels betrayed, in my opinion. He feels betrayed because he doesn't like the bill. He came into the government to cut all sorts of excessive spending, and in this big, beautiful bill, it does cut a lot of taxes for the middle class, all right? It does cut a lot of taxes for the middle class, but it does mean that the government makes less money and will be more in debt. However, in my opinion, Trump's strategy is countering that. He is literally countering the debt problems because he's put out lots of tariffs. He's raking in a ton of money through tariffs and shit like that, and other things, other agencies raising prices in America, getting rid of illegal immigrants that are a massive strain on the financials of the United States. And in my opinion, he is balancing out the bill with all of this money that he's raking in. Elon just wants them to cut as much money as possible. That's the difference in their perspectives here. However, realistically, Trump is the president of the United States, and I think that is very important to be remembered by everybody. Now, this is great. This is good. So it's getting big. It's a bad bill. We don't like it. And Donald Trump did not like Elon's criticism of the bill. And let's just say he took this a little far. He felt like Elon stabbing me in the tuchus a little bit.
But if they picked him, I would have won Pennsylvania. I won it by a lot. But I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill.
So here it happens.
Better than almost anybody sitting here. Better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem. And he only
this is, again, Trump implying that Elon is being a little bit bad faith here with his statements against the bill.
The problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate because that's billions and billions of dollars. And it really is unfair. We want to have cars of all types. Electric, we want to have electric, but we want to have a gasoline combustion. We want to have different. We want to have hybrids.
So I agree with Trump. I think it is good to cut the EV mandate. The EV mandate was a bloated thing that wasted a lot of money for environmental shit, and that obviously Elon Musk really liked as the owner of Tesla, a massive electric vehicle company. Now, the problem is, Elon publicly at least, I'm sure that the EV mandate did piss him off. I'm not gonna lie, I'm absolutely certain it did. However, Elon did not say that the EV thing was the problem. He said it was the government waste that was the problem. He said that it would strain the government's spending. That was a problem. This guy, the president of the United States, he kind of put words in his mouth. Because I genuinely believe that's what Trump thinks. Trump thinks that he's upset because of the EV mandate. But he didn't say that. So Trump is like, Elon, he's acting out of whack jobness. He's going out, he's swinging his cock. Elon Musk, he really thinks that, hey, just because we're buddies, I'm not going to do what's best for America. I understand it's not good for you personally, but unfortunately, that's not something I care about. Which, again, I think is valid, but that's not what Elon said. So this definitely throws a little bit of gasoline onto this electric fire.
We want to be able to sell everything. And when that was cut, and Congress wanted to cut it, he became a little bit different. But he knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody. And he never had a problem until right after he left. And if you saw the statements he made about me, which I'm sure you can get very easily, it's very fresh.
Very fresh.
He said the most beautiful things.
He did. He said it was a wonderful time. He was so happy that he was able to work with the president, Donald Trump, wonderful man, strong boy.
He hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But
I'm sure that will be next. Yup! Oh, no! I am sure that will be next. And how right he was!
I'm very disappointed in Elon.
And then he brought it into the personal space. He doesn't know what's about to happen. He doesn't recognize the nuke that's about to show up. Now, again, I have a conspiracy theory that this is, like, kind of coordinated. They kind of meant to do this. I will reveal my conspiracy theory at the end, why I think this might be slightly coordinated. And the advantages to actually doing this coordinated, but goddamn.
I've helped Elon a lot.
I just want to clarify, did he raise any of these concerns with you privately before he raised them publicly? And this is the guy...
Yeah, and he says, no, he actually liked the bill. So, you gotta recognize something very important here, all right? Donald Trump said that the reason why Elon is against the bill. So Elon says, bill bad, all right? Elon says, bill bad. And then Trump says the reason why Elon doesn't like the bill is because it affects him personally. Yikes. And I'm disappointed in him. Yikes. You gotta realize, these are two billionaires with big fucking egos. So Elon responds to the Trump interview saying, false. This bill was never shown to me even once, right? Because Trump claimed that he saw the bill. And it was passed in the dead of night so fast almost no one in Congress could even read it. So he said, I'm disappointed in Elon. Elon said, Trump is a liar. It is getting hairy. But then Elon decides, you know what? I am going to start pushing a little bit of information in regards to this bill. I'm going to stand my ground. I am going to prove the reason why I don't like the bill is because of the government spending. It has nothing to do with the EVs and in cars and shit like that. No, it's not personal. It's because of the bill. So he retweets, where is this guy today? A ton of Trump tweets saying, we need a balanced budget spending. Policies don't have enough to spend cutting. I cannot believe the Republicans are extending the debt ceiling. I am a Republican and I am embarrassed. We need a balancing budget amendment because the Congress has no fiscal discipline. All true. All completely true. Now, again, I personally think that the point of the bill is to cut funding in a different way through eliminating illegal immigrants, through tariffing other countries and bringing in revenue from other places. And I do think that will, definitely subsidize the cost of the cutting taxes and shit. So anyway, but that's not the point. These are the two perspectives. So bro keeps firing. And this is when it gets really crazy. Without me, Trump would have lost the election, Dems would control the House, and Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude. So Trump says he's disappointed in Elon. Elon says he's an ingrate. Now, I'll be real. I'll be honest. I think this ingratitude is regarding Trump's statements towards him, not pushing the bill, because Trump has every right to push whatever bill he actually wants. So the reason why I wanted to mention this is because this is when it starts getting hairy. In my opinion, Trump would have won even without Elon Musk. If you actually look on the ground, people were fucking fed up with the radical left bullshit. I think Trump would have won regardless. I think Trump going on Joe Rogan was a bigger deal than, Elon supporting him. I do think Elon buying Twitter definitely had a massive effect on it, but I do think Trump would have won even without the Elon friendship and endorsement. I really genuinely do. But that's not how Elon sees it, because once again, big egos over here. All 7 swing states. It was a landslide victory. The map was red for Republican. And realistically, people voted for Trump, not for Elon. Elon keeps going. Keep the EV solar incentive cuts in the bill. Also cut all the crazy spending increases in the big ugly bill so Americans don't go bankrupt. So this is actually clearing up that it definitely does kind of look like Elon Musk, in my opinion, is proving that no. The reason why I'm against the bill, that has nothing to do with the EV cuts. How dare you, Donald Trump, a former friend of mine, stab me in the back and claim that I'm only against it because of personal shit. It is not due to personal shit. Keep the EV solar incentive cuts in the bill. That way it'll still negatively affect me. But cut the spending to definitely show that he actually is on the side of cutting spending. And Trump definitely misrepresented his points, which made him a very upset man. A very upset man with, let's be real, a very rich man with very little power. And I think that's very important to note. He is very rich. He's not the president of the United States of America. Elon says kill Bill. Obviously in regards to killing the bill. Now, this is crazy. This is actually fucking insane. They're getting mad. You could tell tensions are rising. Bro drops a poll. Is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle? 80% of the votes were yes, by the way, which is funny because 80% of the people want a middle party, a center party for the middle 80%, which is insane. Now, I have a very controversial opinion here, but I think that Trump is a middle 80%. I really do. I think that a lot of people don't recognize this, but 20 years ago, Trump would be considered a centrist. It's only now because the far left is so fucking far left that I think Trump is considered right. But that's just my personal opinion. Like, the 10% on the far right, they're the people that are absolutely losing their shit, talking about, how we need to make America a Christian ethno-state. It needs to be following Christian ethics and morals. Stuff like that. Abortion needs to be treated like murder in the government. Things like that. That's the 10% on the right. That's genuinely the 10% of the right. The 10% on the left are the people that want to cut your child's balls off. So, whatever. You can have whatever opinion you want. I believe in freedom of speech, freedom of opinion, freedom of religion. Go ahead. Have yourself a wonderful time. But realistically, I think Trump does represent the 80% of the middle, which is definitely interesting. But a poll like this definitely does seem like Elon is not happy with the way the government is going. And then Trump had another clip. Another clip that I think took this to a personal level, the likes of which no one has ever seen before.
Things are happening in this room, and I'll tell you, he's not the first. People leave my administration and they love us, and then at some point they miss it so badly, and some of them embrace it and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it. But
so I watched this in full. If you want to check out my previous video on the Trump stuff, the Trump Elon Germany situation, this is not really in context, all right? Because the way this clip is shown, it makes it look like he's directly talking about Elon, when he really is talking in broad terms. But it doesn't matter, because this is the clip that went viral. And when this clip went viral, it definitely looks like, in context, Elon has Trump derangement syndrome. He lost everything. Giant pussy. That's what it looks like, absolutely, without even a shadow of a doubt.
But we have it with others, too. They leave, and they wake up in the morning, and the glamour's gone. The whole world is different, and they become hostile. I don't know what it is. Someday you'll write a book about it, and you'll let us know. Yeah.
Yikes. So he is implying that anyone that disagrees with him is hostile. Now, the thing is, it's important to note, at this point, Elon is hostile. All right? I want to be real here. At this point, Elon is genuinely being hostile. In the beginning, when he was just saying, hey, I don't like this bill, he worded his tweet, in my opinion, pretty harshly. He did word his tweet harshly. However, he has every right to have an opinion against a bill. Absolutely, I think it's healthy that in a party you have disagreements so that you can come to the best conclusion. That is why competition is goated. All right, and I will say this every single time. But at this point, it is hostile, all right? Kill Bill, should we create a new political party in America? That is getting hostile. So when he hits him with the Trump derangement syndrome, it gets wild. And then Trump enters the Twitter space. Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy. Now again, you have to look at this from the two perspectives. Trump still thinks that Elon is upset about the bill for personal reasons. Elon already disavowed and said that it is not for personal reasons, it's because of the spending. And then Trump says the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's government subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. Now it's freaking personal. Now it is taking a personal vendetta and using government money to silence the enemy. And oh my God, escalation and chaos. Let's freaking go. Oh Lord. See, I don't think this was a good tweet, personally. I think Trump expected Elon to fold. Trump expected to push this one out there. He was taking his shit. He was on Twitter. He was taking his shit. He dropped the bomb. And in my opinion, he expected Elon to fold. He didn't. I think Elon didn't. He thought that Elon wouldn't risk the billions of dollars of government contracts. But let me explain something about Elon. Never underestimate a retard. Retards are truly the force of will that make this world turn. Retards will control everyone. They are so goated. And Elon's a retard. So Elon fights back with the biggest bomb of all time. Time to drop the really big bomb. The N-word. The N-bomb, some would even say. @real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, Donald J. Trump. Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. This is the bomb. This is the fucking bomb. Definitely, some tweets of his did not age well. Like, for example, the I love Donald Trump as much as a straight man could love another man tweet from a couple months ago. That one, welcome to Pride Month. They got divorced. It's crazy that happened. So this is the bomb. Again, this is implying he's a pedophile. All right, now let me put things into perspective. Everyone knows that Donald Trump was in the Epstein files because Donald Trump knew Epstein. Donald Trump knew him. He flew to him several times, but there is no evidence, at least public evidence, that Donald Trump actually did anything involving minors in regards to sex trafficking minors or in regards to sleeping with minors. None of that, by the way, none of that has any evidence behind it whatsoever. So I always knew that Trump was in the Epstein files, but that doesn't mean that there's anything actually damning about him being in the Epstein files. Lots of people are in the Epstein files. But him saying that the reason why it's not public is because he's there is definitely implying there is some shady shit going on. Now, there is important things to note. This is not exactly the bomb that Elon is expecting to drop here. I mean, you have to remember, Elon Musk cheated in a video game. I'm just saying, take it with a grain of, he's cheated in video games in the past, so he would do anything. Now, the reason why I think it's important to note is because if Elon Musk is really saying that Donald Trump is a pedophile, then why'd you let Donald Trump babysit your kid, bro? That's pretty fucking weird. Also, why did you endorse him and try to get him to run the country? Like, there are some, like, obvious glaring issues with this. Like, Elon, this is not the flex you think it is. You know, it's like, yeah, he's a pedophile, and I got him power. And it's like, whoa, whoa, Elon, yo, you stop cooking, bro. You did too much cooking. And I think these are important things to note, because I think that Elon is, again, I'm going to tell you my conspiracy theory after, so I'm saving that for the end because I think that's going to be fucking awesome. But you have to realize, I think this is just a really petty way to insinuate something because I don't even think this is slander. He's saying that he's in the Epstein files. And you know what? He probably is in the Epstein files. He probably is. Now, the extra implication is saying that he's a pedophile, obviously, but there is no evidence, public evidence, that that is actually the case. And personally, I want to see the Epstein files. I've been wanting to see that for a really long fucking time. I have been literally dying to see that shit. Now, realistically, from what I understand, it's the Democrats that have been trying their absolute hardest to keep the Epstein files under wraps. Now, let me ask you a really fucking stupid question. They tried to put Trump in jail for a 700-year sentence. They weaponized the Department of Justice against Trump. They did everything in their power to put that man away forever. There were assassination attempts about Trump, and we still suspiciously don't know anything about the assassin, the would-be assassin. We know nothing about that, all right? They tried to kill him, they tried to jail him, they tried to fuck him up. If they had evidence that bro was a diddler, they would have released that shit. So, let's be real. I see a tweet like this. I think that Elon Musk is telling the truth that he's in the files. I don't think that there's any evidence that he actually committed a crime in the files. Otherwise, shit would have been out there. Now, if it is true, obviously, I would be fucking appalled, and he should probably go to jail. But I don't believe that it is the case. I genuinely don't. I think that the worst thing you'll find in the Epstein files in regards to Donald Trump, in my opinion, is he might have cheated on his wife, which is a fucking not good thing to do. I think that, other than that, I would be shocked. Now, this might be a massive distraction of something suspicious going on, which, again, you can put on your conspiracy theory hat. And also, this could be a very interesting way to manipulate Democrats, especially, into releasing the Epstein files. You know, because now everyone wants that. Now even the Democrats want to see the Epstein files. So this might just be a really sneaky way to release all that shit. So this is the big bomb, and we will come back to this in just a moment. So then Trump has something to say in effort to de-escalate, because now it got to a whole other level of fucking insane. I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done so months ago. This is one of the greatest bills ever presented to Congress. It's a record cut in expenses, $1.6 trillion, and the biggest tax cut ever given. This is true, by the way. This is verifiable. This is a fact. Elon is actually fighting for people to pay more taxes, which does help the government get richer, but it does not help the everyman. That's why I'm personally inclined to like the bill. If this bill doesn't pass, there will be a 68% tax increase, and things far worse than that. I didn't create this mess. I'm here to fix it. This puts our country on a path of greatness. Make America great again. This is kind of a way for Trump to politely say that, whatever. Let's move on. Let's be friends. Back on the bill. Let's get out of the personal attacks. And I think that's what he's actually trying to do. And Elon, with a final finishing blow. Remember when Trump tweeted the easiest way to save money is to terminate Elon's government subsidiaries? In light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contract, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. You know what, Trump? You want to take me down? I am willing to burn this fucker to the ground. My ego will handle it. He changed his mind after that. They don't have this tweet in the thread, and I forgot to save it. But they did actually, he did take that back. He's like, you know what? Never mind. That is a bad idea. He did take that back, which I thought was very nice, because the Dragon program was not just helpful for him personally. It wasn't just a good thing for him, but it was actually helpful for America as a whole. It was a good thing. Let me see if I can actually find that. Let me see if I can actually find that. I don't know if I will, because he tweets so much. But essentially, after this, you had some pretty interesting developments. You had people like Steve Bannon saying that we should deport Elon.
He's a know-it-all. He knows some engineering. Don't get me wrong. I give a hat tip for that. But he doesn't know anything about the real world. Doge was, and for any fanboys that still exist, while you're wrapping up in your cape tonight, understand on Doge, he didn't find any fraud. There's plenty of fraud out there. This was President Trump's first complaint. Was this all BS? Right, with the Doge. The act that President Trump should be taking immediately, I think, when he threatens to take one of the big programs out of SpaceX, President Trump tonight should sign an executive order calling for the Defense Production Act to be called in SpaceX and seize SpaceX tonight before midnight. Know anything.
Yeah, so this guy's retarded. I don't know much about him, but yeah, he's retarded. This is like one of the most retarded. Bannon is peak retard. I completely agree with Elon. That's fucking crazy. What are you talking about? First of all, Doge did expose a lot of shit, and we will be talking about the Doge exposés for a very long time. And also, this dude's fucking crazy. Like, what are you talking about? So that's insane. Now, Elon retweeted this after their drama, and I thought that this is definitely beginning to work the path of reconciliation, which I think is very much happening. Again, no one sees it this way. I am calling it now. They will be friends. I give it a week. I might be wrong on the timeline, but I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Elon's stance is principled. Trump's stance is practical. Tech needs Republicans for the present. Republicans need tech for the future. Drop the tax cuts, cut some pork, get the bill through. And Elon retweeted this tweet. And in my opinion, this is trying to rebuild the bridge. I think Trump said some statements that pissed him off, pushed him the wrong way, and he absolutely crashed out. Lost his shit, but I think this is going to be his slow way to kind of bring it back. Now, here's why I think a lot of this is, performative. This has been my opinion the entire time. I do think, obviously, they were pissed at each other, but I do think a lot of this is actually performative. I think that they are trying to find a way to break up this MAGA alliance so that it's not cult-like. You could never call MAGA a cult ever again. The media looks like absolute clowns for pushing the conspiracy theories that Elon's the shadow government, pushing the conspiracy theories that there's a constitutional crisis. All of that is completely and utterly defunct. But also what this does is this brings a lot of Democrats into the Republican fold. It really genuinely does, because you got a lot of Democrats that are like, wow, Elon is fighting Trump. We like Elon now. And then if Elon and Trump do get along and they do actually find some sort of middle road for this bill, the Democrats are all going to vote for it. And not only that, but it makes the far left completely off their rockers. They have no handhold in this at all. I feel like this is a really weird way to actually unify a lot more of the center people. Even the 40% on the left center, I think, will find a much easier handhold back into the fold. And also, I think there's a lot of other crazy, suspicious shit that is being overshadowed by some of the weird stuff going on. Now, I have to talk about J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance tweets this out, and this is one of the wildest fucking things I've ever... Slow news day. What are we even going to talk about? And he goes on Theo Von's podcast. So Elon retweets this with, like, laughing emojis. Slow news day. What are we doing, guys? What's going on? Anything happening today? He tweeted this after the entire meltdown. JD's absolutely cooking. The memes have been so good. Your name is Elon now. I've thrown away my last toy. What do you mean you don't love each other anymore? No! Little JD lost in the divorce. This is all I had. Hassan, of course, largest leftist political streamer and terror enthusiast extraordinaire. He decided to drop some of the wildest shit. Yo, Elon Musk, pull up if you want to make Trump mad. Now, the funny thing is, Hassan has no actual understanding of politics, even though he claims to be a political commentator. Elon Musk literally did a show with Hassan did a stream with Elon's estranged child to shit on him. Bro really thinks he has a handhold here. But also, he's a massive grifter. He was shitting on Elon constantly. Literally, unironically, undeniably, constantly. So this is insane. Also, I don't know. I feel like this is important to actually pull up. Wait, hold up. I got to show you this because this is actually relevant. But this is crazy. This Hassan grift is wild. I love how pathetic he is. It makes me so happy. So Elon decided to, so this guy over here, Yeet, made a poll. Best political streamer between Asmongold, Destiny, Ethan, and Hassan, with Hassan getting 4%. And Elon responds, true. So yeah, Elon and Hassan, they will never get along. All right, listen, it's not gonna happen. So I, of course, retweet this. Diddy party guest wants to talk about alleged Epstein party guest. I think this is the funniest shit in the world, personally. Like, out of all people, bro, out of all people, out of everyone, what are you doing? Hassan, on his moral high ground of supporting terrorists and going to have sex with brothel people. Now, I found this article from a while ago. I thought this was the funniest shit in the world. This is an old article. Tesla CEO Elon Musk apologized for making an unfounded claim last week that one of the divers who played an instrumental role in rescuing the Thai soccer team from a flooded cave was a pedophile. Bro, this is the second time Elon's done this. That's crazy. If it was the first time, you know what, maybe. But this is the second time he's done this. In a series of tweets Tuesday, the tech billionaire said his comment calling British caver Vern Unsworth a pedo guy was spoken in anger, Musk wrote. This is the second time he's done this. I think that he also tweeted this in anger, the Epstein files thing. While I do think Trump, again, is mentioned in the Epstein files, I don't think it implicates him in any way, or the Democrats would have leaked that shit immediately, or Elon would have not let Trump babysit his child, or Elon wouldn't have tried to make a pedophile the president of the United States. So, ironically, this is the second time he had like this angry crash out on Twitter where he called a guy a pedophile. Last time it was unfounded and he apologized. And this time it's probably true that he's in the files, but I don't think he's a pedophile. This is the craziest shit ever. So, dude, this was memers heaven. Memers actual heaven. There are no Epstein files. What do you mean? Dude, you have no idea how much fucking fun I had with all this, because I am telling you, this will have a net positive outcome everywhere. Right now, it definitely looks incredibly shitty. I'm not gonna lie, okay? Right now, it looks shitty. I think that China had a wonderful night partying to Elon and Trump beefing. Absolutely. But I'm just saying, in the positive, we'll see how it goes. Elon, did you say thank you once? Oh, Mr. President, another Elon Musk tweet has hit the tower. Silence, retard. A better retard is talking. Yeah, no, this definitely, it was a sad feeling moment. Elon Musk beat the shadow president allegations with a sledgehammer. And I really wanted to talk about this a lot because, in my opinion, I think this is such a big deal. And the way this will be looked back at as, holy shit, the media ran with a giant hoax for months. And I really want to remember that part of this forever. Literally forever, people need to remember this. The media pushed ahead these allegations that the country was occupied by Elon Musk, an illegal fucking president that was controlling everything, and Trump doesn't know what's happening, and Elon took over, and he has all the power and all the control, and he's invading the government, and he's cutting things to shreds. This was the major talking point on the left for the last 3 months, and they did not stop with it. It is so obviously bullshit right now. You have to realize, and I'm not even joking, you have to realize there is 3 months of headlines that are all fake narrative to scare people. Literal fear-mongering fake narratives. And that is everything that is happening. Hasmicole just dropped a new video 13 minutes ago. Wait, what? New Elon Musk is fucked? Oh, what's happening?
Trump's OG Steve Bannon calls for Elon Musk.
Yeah.
They should initiate a formal investigation of his immigration status because I am of strong belief that he...
This is not gonna happen. Why do we take these people seriously? Come on.
Is an illegal alien, and he should be deported from the country immediately. He said with a phone interview with me, wait, what the fuck? Elon unfollowed Donald Trump.
Oh, no! Uh-oh.
Oh, he says Trump should be impeached.
Yeah!
Oh.
President versus Elon. Who wins? My money's on Elon. All right, you're retarded. The president's gonna win. What are you fucking talking about? Trump should be impeached and JD Vance should replace him. Also fucking retarded. That's impeached for what? Impeached for not liking Elon? Like, what are you talking about? Yes. Endorsing the impeachment of Trump. Obviously, this is a massive deal. It's not gonna actually amount to anything, but it is huge.
Oh, he says Trump should be impeached. Oh, no.
The crash out's insane.
Oh, geez. Okay, here we go.
Trump alternates between dancing and pointing out women to Epstein and the other man and telling Epstein about the cameras.
So you let your man supposedly implicated with a pedophile babysit yours.
Yep.
Not adding up. Someone isn't being truthful. Honestly,
True.
I think this is a very, very, very good point.
Yep, I made that point. I agree. It's a really good point. The implication is he's a pedophile. And I think that we all know that that's not happening. He got the guy elected. Democrats didn't say anything. He's had him babysit his kid. Please, bro. You're just using, like, the classic Twitter shit talk. And I think it's really important to note, Elon loves the classic Twitter shit talk. He'll say things that are technically true that he's implicated in the Epstein files and use it for a gotcha, but it doesn't mean he's actually guilty of anything.
Implication is that they don't want to release them because what is in the Epstein files about Trump is really bad. But then the counterpoint to that is, if it's so bad, then why didn't the Democrats release it during the election? Well, the only explanation I can think of that is because they were in the logs too. If Elon knew about Trump's involvement with Epstein, it's kind of fucked up that he waited until now. You're right. If people
completely true. I'm glad that other people had the same take.
That Elon lied about that, this will massively damage his credibility. And if people think that Trump was actually
but the thing is, I think that this is one of those technically true moments. I think technically Trump is in the Epstein files. Technically. But I just don't think it actually incriminates him.
Involved with the Epstein Island, that would massively make Trump look like a fucking pedophile, right? Like, somebody loses out of this 100%. I want the files to be released. Whoever is implicated.
True.
One way or another. I want the truth to come out.
Agreed. Yeah, the Brandoning! The Bidening. Crazy how that happens. Insane downfalls everywhere. Now, the thing is, about the Epstein files, there is a very popular conspiracy theory that has been going around that I think is wild. Epstein was Jewish. It's the Jews! It's the Jews! It's always been the Jews doing everything. It's always the Jews! It's the Jews! All right, that's the conspiracy theory. It's the conspiracy of conspiracies. I love a good conspiracy theory. But if everything's the Jews, then there's something suspicious going on. It's got to be the Jews. And everyone has been going for this shit. Everyone in MAGA needs to demand Trump release the Epstein files. Elon Musk has alleged that a foreign nation has blackmail on a sitting president. Bro, why are you not upset that the guy's a pedophile? All right, that is not what he's upset about. No, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care. All right, he doesn't care. It's the Jews are manipulating him. They are controlling him. All right, don't worry, guys. He's not alone. Now, the unconditional support for Israel makes a lot more sense. What happens in the dark will come to light. It's the Jews! Do you remember that Donald Trump literally just had massive beef with Netanyahu like 2 weeks ago? Like, these people are all retarded. Trump and Netanyahu literally had like beef with each other for like a week. Right, they did. They were upset with each other. Trump went to the Middle East. He didn't visit Israel. Things were shitty. Netanyahu wanted to go to war with Iran. Trump said we're not doing that. Like, can we stop? What are we doing? Like, you're all retarded. Puts on little aluminum kippah. But don't worry, you think it's only the far-right retards that are saying this? No. We got far-left retards. If you think the Elon-Trump fight is big now, wait until Elon Musk mentions Israel. This is Hassan Piker's uncle, by the way. I don't know if he has big enough balls to do that, but now we're at least finally talking about the real reason the Epstein files haven't been released. Well, Israel? What do you mean? It's because they're rich people fucking children on the Epstein Island. What is going on? And they're not alone, all right? They're not alone. There is a small army of retards out there, you know, slamming their sticks into the ground. I can't believe the Jews would do this. Obviously, it all comes back to the Jews. Everything comes back to the Jews. If you're not talking about I wonder if Candace Owens tweeted anything. Right, she most things that happen are the Jews' fault according to Candace as well. Candace Owens. Here, let's see. I'm just curious. I didn't actually check this beforehand. All right, Candace Owens. Trump is implicated alongside a pedophile, and I knew it, but didn't care because we were friends is not the flex you think it is. The rare-based Candace Owens take. She is so correct. She is literally right. Oh my God. Let's freaking go. Oh my God. No, she's right. Like, listen, I can't even be mad. Can't even be mad. All right, let's go. All right, anyway, let's go. But full circle, baby. The Candace Owens W. So anyway, I thought this was definitely an interesting saga. I'm very curious to see where this actually does go from here. I don't think it's the Jews. Personally, okay, just saying. Personally, okay, I don't think it's the Jews. Listen, Jews did do bad things. Some of them. There's some bad Jews. There's some good Jews. There's some medium Jews. But like, if everything's the Jews, then you're a retard. Okay, come on, guys. Give some credit to some other people too. Now, this saga's fascinating. My giant conspiracy theory is that This is not nearly the meltdown that people think it is. I'm just saying. I don't think this is as bad as people say. I think it's pretty ugly in public, but I do think that a lot of this is theater. You know, Elon wants to get like a good zinger out on Trump, and I do think that we will see them friends again. But who knows? Maybe I'm just being optimistic about society, and I think that all in all, the entertainment's crazy. I love the chaos. I think both sides absolutely fucked up quite a bit here. I think Trump is going to end up on top, and it's going to be up to Elon whether he wants to be by his side or not. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. I told you. I make fun of everybody. I make fun of all the retards. I do think that Trump and Musk breaking up on Pride Month is definitely exactly what we needed. All right, it's everything that we needed. I'll see you in the next one, gamers. Subscribe for more incredible analysis of everything that happens. I am telling you, the analysis doesn't stop. It's gonna be amazing. And remember to stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.